right.
I don't think we got there, though.
I don't think
No.
so.
You hadn't actually started traveling yet, but...
Beat down the convoy making its way south, got some information about their whereabouts, left the soldiers there to deal with it, and went up the road to the west.
Heading towards Thornhill, yeah. So it was another couple of days' journey. Be about 3 days. Are you guys looking to travel at a quicker pace?
Normal pace?
Yeah, normal to a quicker while still
I mean,
keeping an eye out. Like, we don't want to get ambushed, but it's not like we're going to beat the messenger bird who left earlier.
Yeah. You know, a slow, normal pace that's a little bit quicker, but still...
Alert. I would say...
We're not taking our time, but we're not like...
Right.
We're doing power walking at the mall, basically.
We're not exhausting the horses either.
Right. I think our goal is likely to be... We know that we will not be the ones to warn Thornhill, but my thought is, like, should an attack commence, we will at least be there in a relative decent time to help out.
Okay. I'll get... who would be taking point on the trip? Or is it going to be Phandelver again?
I think I usually do, yeah.
Sumner?
I'm here.
Okay.
What
Are you
Sumner does
okay?
is he rides next to me,
Probably.
and then he rides at the back, and then he like unhorses and runs to the front, and then back to his horse, and then he rehorses again.
I think that Aiden would be right up there with Fowler, given that we're getting into territory that he's familiar with.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, how about Fowler? You start by giving us a
Get El Divine up in front.
the old
1, 2.
Perception check
Ah, yes,
for travel.
of course. What could go wrong?
Oh,
Nothing.
Okay.
Waterdeep soldier? What?
I forgot. Right, I forgot you could do that if you have control of them.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Ooh, I can talk as a lot of people.
Multiple personalities to the next level.
That's GMing.
Well, let's get someone else to make a... We'll get 3 perception checks, but we'll get 3 different people. So we'll get someone else to make a perception check for the second day.
I can do
someone
one.
for the third. Okay. Yeah. Great.
All right, here goes.
Yeah, okay.
Might as well
the
get
last
it out of
one.
the way.
Boom.
Yay!
I know this area, guys.
You know this area.
Apparently. That was my one good roll for the night. Savor it.
Okay. Well, first day, Fowler seems a little distracted, but it goes off without a hitch.
Cool.
Second night you make camp. You don't notice anything, Whoosh, but basically it's just a storm front that rolls through off the coast, making your guys' rest a little soggy and tough to stay warm because it's like a storm coming in off the coast. But nothing that will delay you too much. It just makes it an uncomfortable trip for the third day. The third day you get just outside of Thornhill, still a little soggy with the rain continuing into the next day, but nothing goes wrong on the third day. Where's my map?
Over there.
So you guys you get past the first watchtower. Aiden recognizing the defenses of his hometown, and the combination of the smell of sea air mixed with freshly laid fertilizer in the field makes a unique scent on the nose.
Oh, you've been busy.
But the farmland is bustling, people are working. And yeah, you make your way into the outskirts of Thornhill.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
Aiden would look around to see if there's any difference in kind of the pattern of or routine of what people are doing now as opposed to his previous time in the guard. And then as they go past that watchtower, he would glance up to the usual spot where a sentry's posted to see if he recognized who has post today.
Yeah, looking up, they seem to be following the same patterns that you were involved with prior to leaving. Not much has changed in, I guess it hasn't been much more than maybe a week or two at this point. From this, make a perception check, just see if you can see who it is from this distance. Just with the evening sun coming in and him wearing guard helmet, it's hard to make out exactly who it is, but can't say for sure. But as you guys slowly approach the city proper, you see the gate is, in fact, closed up. I'll just give you guys this. Hopefully spelling mistakes are limited. There's a guard posted outside of the gate, just checking people who come and go through the man door in the gate. But the large gate is closed. And as you approach, one of the young men recognizes you immediately. You tend to stand out in a crowd, and he goes to salute, but then he kind of half-heartedly does so. Then he remembers something, and he just greets you and says, "Oh, friend, it's good to see you again. Your messenger falcon arrived a day ago, and it's caused a bit of a stir amongst the guards."
Aiden smiles at the kind of small misstep and nods, saying essentially like, it's all right, nods smiling in a warm greeting. It's good to see you too. He looks around. Caused a stir, but how are the defenses? Are they ready?
We've closed up both the north and south gate, and it's been posted here for the last day or so. I heard there was a bit of a stir at the north gate last night. perhaps you should head on in to see what's going on. Looking around at the rest of you now, he says you have collected an interesting group of people. Not quite unlike yourself, I suppose.
Aiden smiles at that and says, "They're good allies. Perhaps not unlike myself." And then he laughs. Before proceeding through the gate or following the individual's directions, Aiden would gesture behind him and ask almost rhetorically, "Who's posted at the guard tower? They never even challenged us on our arrival."
They would have signaled if there was any trouble, but whoever it was must have recognized you. I don't recall who it was posted out there today, but...
Aiden nods, and then he would give a brief report of their trip north from the south, mentioning the 40 or so goblins that they encountered at the pass near Waterdeep. So
I will inform the captain here at the South Guard post, and I'll see to that information gets to the right people. I think some of that was mentioned in your letter, if I'm not mistaken.
Aiden nods, and he gives the guy a hearty smile. "Thanks for the report. Be safe. Guard well." And then he starts to lead the way through the gate.
The rest of you do anything or say anything, or just follow suit?
Follow.
We should follow.
Or just like fixes his hair and moves.
Jessica's push to talk's not working.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
It was working really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, no.
Well, that worked.
There we go.
I'm using a different button though.
Uh-oh. Well.
That'll get you.
Someone go and move the keys around.
Yeah, somebody has been using my computer a lot more than me recently.
What?
If you didn't light mine on fire, it wouldn't have been a problem. It's
Oh, but yeah, sorry, keeping quiet and just following.
as you pass through the gates, the rest of you immediately notice the scenery change. Like, outside the gates was very much a farm town. Nice homes, but there was some more impoverished looking people along the set up along the coast. Once you pass through here, you could immediately see that Thornhill definitely has quite a bit of coin in its pocket, as most of the buildings inside of the gates are upscale. Main strip up through the city is types of stores that some of you may not have ever shopped in, just hats catering to specific things like hats, and there's a cobbler specifically, and not a general goods store to be seen. Huge trade market off to the side. Forges, smiths, large buildings that have people running about, scholarly looking folk. And as you kind of head towards the north end of town, you see a large statue of a red dragon, and a man standing in shadow below it, all part of the statue. And to the far north, you see a huge fortress with a personal dwelling inside, and one of the largest churches you've seen in some time on the very coastal side of the city.
As we walk, can I keep an eye out for a shop that might be willing to purchase my staff that I got from the Black Spider? So like I'll do it later.
You could keep an eye out, or you could probably ask the person, assuming you might ask Aiden.
Oh, hey, yeah, I guess
The
that
local.
worked.
He knows there's a specific place towards the east side of the town near the mountains. There's a I'm sorry, no, I forgot where I was. Yeah, there's a specific boutique along the main road that deals in the trade of magical items. Just behind the university. You guys would have had to pass it walking here. As you head north through town, you notice, Aiden, you notice more guards on the north wall than are usually posted.
Aiden nods approvingly, seemingly somewhat assured by that fact. Assuming that Isabella had asked him about the magical item shop, he would have also given the advice to not let the store owner push her around. He'll say that there's no market for that, and he's lying.
All right, thanks.
You see one of the men on top of the guard tower turn around and look interior of the city, and he catches a glimpse of your party. The man holds up his hand and waves, and just yells down and says, "I'll be right down." And you see him go down a set of stairs coming down towards you. Something I never considered. I'm like, oh, got all these guys in mind, but I actually think of names for any of them, so I'm just gonna quickly get a...
Time for a name generator.
Keep that name generator on speed dial.
Yeah, you see a man, not too young. He's about a 35-year-old man who as the captain of the guard. His name is Simon Caspo. He has a bald head and brown eyes, and his skin is very tanned from the sea air. He comes out to greet you. He addresses you. He says, "Adon, it's been a few days. It's good to see that you're in one piece. I hope all is well."
Aiden nods in greeting as Simon approaches, not looking particularly surprised. He replies and says, "Well enough. Any news of Elsden? Have you seen him around town at all?"
He has not returned since he went missing a few weeks back now, unfortunately, but we were put on alert once that falcon showed up, and it's a good thing you did. I see you have companions. Follow me up to the... oh my god, I forget the name of everything. Follow me up to the top of the tower. I'm trying to remember. Encampments in...
Battlements?
Battlements? Yeah.
Was
Ventilations?
was the NPC being a dick and using the wrong name, or was
No, I
that
fucked
you
up.
forgetting? Okay.
Yeah. Aiden, not Adon.
Duh.
Adonis, come with me.
Playing Planescape Torment now.
As they're following Simon up to the battlements, now I'm trying to think of the E word that is the top of a tower, Brew. There's a word there. I know there is. Anyway, as they're following Simon up, Aiden would introduce his companions one by one and let Simon know that they've been invaluable, both in the search for Elsden and in other matters of security.
I have no doubt they are fine folk, and I will take your endorsement and word that they are trustworthy and loyal. We've been quite busy on the north wall, and as you guys slowly breach the last set of stairs and walk out to the edge of the tower, looking down this road here, you see the bodies of kobolds, and you see the robes, the black robes and unusual masks of cultists. These cultists and kobolds have been running up the hills and all along the swamp, but not in an attack. They are seemingly fleeing from something. We managed to capture one of the little kobolds alive, and we're holding him down in the cell. But he doesn't seem to speak common, or he's not letting on that he does. It's good that you're here, because I believe he is speaking Draconic, if I'm not mistaken. That was sort of your specialty, if I'm not mistaken.
Aiden nods somewhat distractedly, still looking at the bodies at the edge of the wall.
Annette, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, looking out down the hill that heads towards the swamp, yeah, there's a good dozen or so cultists and kobolds, and a few more down in the swamp area off the edge of the cliff. Unusual, to say the least, but if you and your friends want to, we can go down and see if you can get any information out of him. If not, we'll probably have him executed in the day to come.
I think information is more important at this point than execution. I wasn't expecting them to be running for something. I was expecting an all-out attack based on what we heard. Aiden would kind of look towards the others for confirmation that they agree with that course of action.
No signs of other dragonkins?
No other bodies, only a few kobolds and a few masked, cloaked humanoids. No half dragons or dragonborn or lizard folk or anything like that.
A quick execution does seem like rather a waste of good information.
Yeah, indeed, we would have had no choice. We don't have anyone else amongst the guards who know the tongue, and we try not to involve the scholarly folk unless it's necessary. They don't like to be disturbed.
Sounds like your forces could do with some diversity.
Aiden turns but grins at that so that Simon can't see, but maybe the others in the group do see as he pretends to sort of wander to the stairway to go down to the prison.
It is definitely mostly human. The scattering of half elf and the odd dwarf, but very much the majority makeup of the Sword Coast. Well, if there's nothing else, I suppose I will lead you to the guardhouse. Just as one soldier followed you guys, he's like, "Fuck that!" He's like, what do you call it? When you run away from service? I don't know. He's AWOL. He's
Yeah.
crazy
AWOL.
adventurer. Guess it would be, guys. You need a few red shirts to take a hit every now and then, right?
He needed to take a
Aw.
break from soldiering because he took an arrow in the knee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's still there. He's been following Falor, trying to get him to heal him for days. It is. You guys are quickly losing light, as it did take the better part of the 3 nights or the 3 days to get here. But he leads you over to building number 6.
What's inside building number 6?
We opened building
Yeah.
number 6 and revealed that it was in fact a goat. Should you change your choice?
A goat.
I lost my own notes.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh, there it is.
You just showed up the party adventure.
All he
I
needed to
did.
do was roll perception. He
Which is
found
empty,
it.
by the
Definitely
way.
empty.
So may want to do something about that.
So that's the city.
I can hear
watch,
Jess
headquarters.
laughing in the back.
Yeah. You head over to the City Watch headquarters, the guards barracks, and Aiden, you sort of know the way, but you let Simon lead, and he takes you down to the holding cells. All of them are empty except for one at the back, and you do see a little kobold huddled in the corner on a mound of straw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he tell us it was a kobold and I just wasn't listening?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
it was a kobold and it wasn't speaking common.
Okay, well, I take back my comment.
What do you mean?
Kobolds aren't smart. They're not gonna have a lot of information.
You don't
Oh,
know.
that comment.
I don't know. Yes, true. They're pretty dumb. Yeah, you see him huddled up there, and there's a little tin tray that's been knocked over. Didn't seem to like the moldy bread and water that was offered to him as sustenance. Yeah, so you guys are basically standing in front of the cage, and Simon just he unlocks the door and says, "Feel free to do what you can to get any information you need."
I'll, without saying anything to him, I'll toss in an actual ration that isn't moldy. Just toss it towards his feet.
Okay. The Kobold quickly, you see his little scaly hand quickly lash out and grab the ration, and he sniffs it a few times, and then he licks it to taste it, and then he quickly gobbles it down, and he looks up at all of you, and then he sort of is huddled in the corner, cowering still, but he Aiden, you hear him say in Draconic, "Thank you," but he doesn't say anything in common.
I mean, no wonder you're getting no information from him. Despite the fact that he doesn't speak common, I know that. I'm just making a point.
As I said, we don't have much experience with kobolds.
I'm gonna
Aiden.
tap Aiden on the shoulder and mutter a prayer for guidance.
Okay. You do know Draconic, right? I'm not just making this up in my head. You're technically Dragonborn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I know
Okay.
Yes,
Draconic.
that was the linchpin of their plan to pretend to be cultists.
Mhm.
That's right, it was.
Yeah.
Aiden steps forward. And at this point, having heard the kobold say thank you, he seems to make a decision, and rather than kind of standing straight up, showing his full strength, he actually kneels down and then says in Draconic, "You're welcome."
He stops shaking momentarily to kind of take his full height and stand up, kind of showing that, he's still showing respect to the dominance, but he seems willing to hear you out after hearing a familiar tongue. Izo is safe now. Safe inside these walls.
Well,
What'd he say his name was? Izo?
Izo, yeah.
Aiden nods once, seemingly to confirm Izo's statement, and then asks, "What was Izo running from? What is not safe?"
You see this little kobold is not a usual red-scaled kobold. This one is similar to the kobolds you fought. They were actually mix of green and black-scaled kobolds, some with intricate patterns. He replies, "Mama is very angry. I've never seen her so mad."
Aiden nods encouragingly, attempting to look somewhat sympathetic. "Angry is not good. Why is Mama angry?"
Do maybe you have more food for Iso?
Aiden nods, and he would pull out one of his rations. "Izo is safe. Izo can talk," he'd say as he hands it over.
Okay, I say make a persuasion check with advantage, just to see how willing he is to talk.
Gosh, darn it.
Oh no.
Don't remember you can add a d4.
It's true.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll add a d4.
Well, Tiny Gong isn't with us anymore.
True.
Tiny Gong was our mascot.
Bless Tiny
Hey, nice.
Gong. Oh, nice.
Yeah, 16. He kind of looks around and says, "Yes, okay. Mother was angry. She lost many children in war. She started feeding the false dragons to her kin first, and then she fed a few kobolds to her babies, and we ran for our safety.
Aiden nods, and kind of quietly he translates for the group so that they know what has been said thus far. And he would do that as the kobold was eating so that it wasn't necessarily interrupting their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that means babies as in eggs?
Eggs don't eat in general.
Probably like
Whelplings.
whelplings, yeah.
Or
Like the
teenage
ones,
dragons.
I meant the ones that were lost.
Oh, her
Oh.
lost children.
In war? No, that's probably us.
Because there was
We've killed 2
that
dragons
other
so
mission going on that my dad's doing.
Hmm.
Right, with all those.
The other egg nest way down south.
You don't know.
Right.
Were they green?
far. But
I don't know if that's done
Don't
yet.
know. Yeah, you're not sure the outcome of that mission.
No, I mean like were they green? We assume the mother here is green. 'Cause we know the
no, I
green
think
one-
she's black.
This one's black. Okay, I thought it was green because we already fought a young green dragon.
Actually, just ask him.
Aiden nods. I'm trying to think of. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Nope, I was talking to myself on that one.
Aiden would say almost conciliatorily, it is not unusual to lose loved ones in war. Why was Mother so surprised about this?
She thought that no one could defeat her family.
Defeat. Yep, it's us.
She lost 2. And unsure about a third.
And Mother just found this out and got very angry.
Word got back that her children were killed in this quest for the Great Queen. And not good for Mother's own greed. She decided no longer we work with the false dragons. And she's decided her family was most important. She fed the young she had and chased all of the false ones away. Kobolds got scared too when she fed a few of us to her babies. We all fled. Only a few remain now.
So, Dragon Cold's gone.
Aiden kind of nods at Talar.
No, I'm not saying
Oh, okay.
that. Poe doesn't say much.
She says she's keeping all the collected treasures and items and such for herself.
Won't the other false dragon be upset about that? Will they come for Mother?
If Mother sees more strength in false dragon cult, then she may reconsider, but she's only suffered loss and no gain since we joined with the cult.
Aiden nods again. Did the cult run away too? How far?
Most didn't make it as any farther than your walls. Some went north. So who knows how many escaped, but most died. Easy to hide in swamp, but mother can see far in the swamp.
Hmm.
Mother can see far, but how many does Mother have with her now?
Izo is unsure of how many remained. She has her gold, she has her 2 babies, and she has her new pets as prize.
How many pets does Mother have?
4. Unsure why she didn't feed them to the babies instead of kobolds.
Maybe the pets don't taste good. Are they different from Izo?
They look tasty enough to Izo. Not that different from a lot of you. 2 legs, 2 arms, tall, soft flesh.
Gold eyes?
Make an insight check.
Oh no.
I'm tapped
He
out.
he shakes his head and says, "Not sure. They didn't get close enough to Mother's prizes. She doesn't like kobolds getting close to the treasures." He seems unsure.
Okay. If Izo made it through the swamp, does Izo have a way to make it through the swamp without Mother seeing?
Izo knows the way, but Izo does not want to go back.
Can you tell me about the way?
Can you show me the
I
way?
wanted to say it.
The way, the truth, and the light.
It's humans have a road that travel through swamp. It's not close to that. You have to go off the beaten path. It's close to the thickest part of the swamp, but also covered by the mountains. Can't really explain, can only show.
Aiden relays that to the others. Is Simon still there?
Yeah, he's still within the... He's not within the cell, but he's still inside the cell
Close.
room, yeah.
Given the description, would Aiden have a good idea of where that path is, or no?
There has been reports throughout the years of sightings of what you would assume would be this black dragon. It's definitely made its home here in the Mur of the Dead Men. No one's intentionally gone looking for the lair, but it is believed to be pretty well dead center between the north and south ends, more closely keeping towards the mountains. The trail itself tends to maintain a path along the coastal side. You might be able to find it.
But it's not like a path that he would have been on or anything.
Yeah, chances are you or none of the other guards have ever scouted directly to the... No one would willingly search for the dragon's lair on their own, yeah.
Aiden asks Izo, why did Izo join Mother?
Izo was born in cave close by. Family all served Mother for years. Just what he's done since birth. Almost 3 now, so pretty long life so far.
Oh, I want to keep him.
Aiden nods slowly. Izo is very brave, very resourceful.
Well, Izo has been helpful. Perhaps you let him go on the other side of the walls?
Aiden looks like he's considering the proposition. And Aiden says, he points to himself and says, Aiden will talk to boss. Aiden likes Izo. Aiden will ask. And then he...
Guess I wait here then.
Aiden nods and stands up and kind of nods his head towards the cell door and walks out.
Yep. Sam would probably lock the door behind you.
Aiden would call out to Simon to open the damn door.
No, behind you.
Oh, behind us. Okay. Once we're all out, Aiden would keep his voice low in case the kobold can understand common. So it's low enough that the kobold can't hear.
Well, presumably we can just walk out of the room first.
Fair.
Go ahead, sorry.
Aiden would, So tell me about the door. Like, can the kobold see him where we are? I don't know. Are we talking jail cell or...
Yeah, you could step outside
actual
like the actual cells behind a wooden door.
Okay.
You're out of earshot for sure.
But are we visible at all? Like, is there a grate above where the kobold could, for instance, see Aiden's expression or anything like that?
Oh, I see. Like, you want to have a conversation in line of sight, but out of earshot.
Maybe.
Okay.
But if it's not, I just want to know what it's like so that I know how Aiden, like, if he needs to.
I just have an
Put on
idea
an
of like a small hallway with cells on either side, just a long hallway with cells. So there wouldn't really be a way to remain in line of sight and but out of earshot.
Fair enough. So then Aiden goes around the corner and then doesn't bother to put on a show. Say, Simon.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts about
yes.
letting the kobold go if we can get him to guide us up north and take care of your issue for you?
You want to release one of the kobolds that you told us were threatening our city so you can go and attack this cult
bigger
yourself?
Threat.
Referring to a dragon.
Aiden nods. And he clarifies, he explains briefly what Azo told him that the dragon essentially scared her troops off. That's why all the kobolds were coming south. This lone guy is not a threat anymore, but he could lead us to her.
I mean, you no longer answer to me or anyone else. If that is your intention, I would say you've garnered more than enough respect that I can grant that wish. One kobold is not going to cause us any grief. Alive or dead, it makes no difference. If you can convince this creature to do what you want, you're free to do so.
Aiden nods, giving Simon an appreciative smile. Thanks. He looks towards the group and kind of shrugs as if asking, so what do you think?
That went a lot easier than anticipated. I think it's
So
worth
is it
a
a black
shot.
dragon or not?
What'd you say, Tinox?
So is it a black dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's easier if we can rely on this fella rather than searching the whole of the mirror on our own.
Aiden nods. That was my thought.
Swamps aren't my specialty.
Have to make sure he isn't leading us into a trap.
What?
We just have to make sure he's not leading us into a trap.
Good point. Although I find that kobolds usually don't think that many steps deep. We should be wary still. But it'll be easier to have him lead us there than for us to wander through the swamp. And Aiden gives a little shrug. And all he wants is some food, and then we can let him go once we get close enough.
Kobolds are vicious little tunnel fighters, but they're cowards. His story checks out.
We might also be able to take advantage of this rift between the dragon and the cult to free the prisoners without an actual battle.
We could blame it on the cult by masquerading as them. And then she gets pissy, even if we don't succeed in killing the dragon. We're rescuing your friend, or are we killing the dragon? Because if we go in there to rescue the friend, steal back the prizes for the cult, as looking like cult members, she'd go after them.
We do have an item that makes it easier for us to persuade black dragons, although it will look like it's an item of the cult. So
Exactly.
I think it will look like it's an item of one of her progenitors specifically. It'd not be the best choice in this circumstance.
Yeah.
So we have the robes. We can disguise, some of us we can disguise ourselves to look like them. Oh yeah, no, we needed these people. Go in, steal it, make it look like... It's just a idea. It'd just be fun to make a adult black dragon go after the people for stealing something that they didn't actually do, and that might solve some problems. Get into the fights, you don't know.
I think if we show up looking
Fight
like
that white
cultists,
dragon.
then it'll be death on sight.
Well, we don't let them know that we're there. We only maybe let them see us as we're leaving, and then just hide. But that, actually, flashbacks of hiding from a white dragon.
We don't all have your skills, my friend.
I didn't do very well either.
Wish will turn her head and just kind of stare at Gale.
It's like, wait, never mind.
Well, but I'm not sure that we would garner a warmer welcome if we appeared as ourselves either.
Well, no, we don't let them know we're coming at all. Simple.
No, I was
Fair.
thinking the advantage on charisma checks. If we could go in and say, "Oh, hey, it wasn't us that killed your children. It was the Red Wizards of Thay," but to use that mask, we would then look like cultists. So it's besides the point.
Don't think we can expect much in the way of negotiations anyway.
Right, but I like Gail's idea of should we be found out, maybe we're not found out as ourselves, but as someone else, so
No.
as to deflect. Plan A, don't
Like-
get caught. Plan B, if we're
But
caught, we're
wear
not us.
cultist robes while we're doing it.
Bit shifty
So
for
in-
me.
I know. But all you have to do is we just put a robe over you, and then no one would know any difference. Then again, they'd see a dwarf channeling your magic, and they might. It was just a spitball. We can think about that later. We don't have to deal with this now.
We'd want to get the robes in town just in case.
I think we have them on us.
Done.
Yeah, I think we took some from that last battle just in case.
Didn't we take something from the castle as well?
You took some notes. You didn't really grab much else in the way of.
I didn't know we took robes or anything.
Um,
I know.
But-
Well, even before then, we disguised ourselves, kind of like
yeah,
paraded.
Isabella had some gloves, I believe. But between the last battle and the cultists scattered around the outside of the city, it's not unconceivable that you might have a few sets of robes and masks in case you need to disguise yourself.
Anything else we want to know from Izzo?
No, that's for me.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
We can ask them as we go.
Simon would pipe up and say, why don't, since you've been away from home for a while, why don't you take the night, discuss with your companions your course of action. He's not going anywhere tonight, so, make a plan and then let me know what you want to do in the morning, and I can turn this creature over to you.
Aiden nods. Thank you, Simon.
And he says, I have to get back to my duties. I know you know the way. I'll leave you to it then. He exits the cells.
Or bows briefly.
Wish will dip her head.
Aiden looks to the others. It's not a bad idea to use the evening to prepare.
Should get some potions.
Aiden would then overview the lay of the town, where the market is, where a specific potions vendor is, who seems to be somewhat reasonable, any vendors and magical trinkets, and then any insight he knows about them.
Yeah, it's the town has its own port. It's very much set up. You can find generic supplies, but you can also find a lot of higher end magical supplies. They tend to find a lot of customers here because of the political and academic aspect of the town. The town itself. It would be no problem to find a magic shop or an alchemist.
Cool.
Aiden would probably head towards the market to restock a little also.
I think we should buy some potions of acid resistance.
I think we should buy a lot of potions.
That's a good idea. We were going into this assuming we were dealing with a green, but acid's different. What I have isn't going to help me at all.
We've already fought black, so we know they breathe acid.
You have isn't going to have you. So yeah, acid.
Like, we got hit by it, we know.
I'll pitch in for some if we can find some.
We should get one each at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go into so you find the alchemist shop. You see a very elderly woman. She's got very long, straight black hair with several streaks of gray shooting through it. She may have been tall in her life, but she's kind of curled and hunched over in her old age, and as you head up to the counter, she greets you, and she has a small pair of spectacles. One side is a little bit cracked, and she says, "Adventurers, I haven't seen many of your type in some time. Mostly the school children here looking to learn. What can I help you with?" "I'm all out of Adderall." Just kidding. Just kidding.
We're heading out into the swamp. Do you have anything that might aid us? Acid resistance?
Acid resistance. She looks around. Let me see. I do, in fact, have a few. Just acid resistance. She goes to her. She pulls out a small rack of test tubes, just with 4 slots on it, and 3 of them are filled with a brackish green liquid. She says, "I do, in fact, have a few. They are pricey. These resistance potions are hard to make. I could probably part with them for about 200 gold apiece." "May I inquire why you would need acid resistance potions?"
Oh, you know, we're just looking to face off against the creature that lives just north of your town and is a constant threat.
I've heard rumors of that one. I could make a persuasion check.
Go,
Say,
go,
have you
go,
heard
go,
of,
go, go,
the
go.
heroes of Phandelver? Oh,
Dang.
it's too late to try and help.
Indeed, then you will definitely need these if you seek to defeat her. I used to hear stories about her when I was younger than you. I wish I could do more, but I only have the 3. Are you interested then?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Who's buying them? Or
I'd say.
I thought you had a group. were you keeping money aside for this campaign, Tinox? Like, did you like
If we were, it
make
would
a
have been on the party treasure.
party treasure, which
Would have been.
I don't
Oh, we
think
could let
we
the other map.
were.
I don't think we did. I think we
I don't think
kind
we did, honestly. I think we're just all so rich individually that it doesn't really matter.
of...
at
Yeah.
this point, yeah.
Like I have 300 platinum. Like
Yeah. So like just
Jeez.
Oh,
you guys get it. All the least resilient people get it.
yeah, who's squishy? I feel like I'm kind of squishy. Whoosh. You can dodge
Well,
shit.
Whoosh, you and Isabella.
with
definitely.
the black mask,
Yeah.
she'll be able to get resistance
You-
anyway.
You can
Oh,
dodge
that's
well,
right.
but if you get
Mm.
hit, you have no.
That's right. With
no
the mask,
recourse.
you're pretty much fine. But me, Isabella,
well, I'm wondering if the
you can't
more
dodge
melee
well,
people-
and I don't want to see you just go down.
Yeah, but I
to
can cast
that.
it. I can cast it on myself.
Okay.
Okay, so Fowler can cast on himself, and Whoosh has it from the mask. So then, yeah, then that's 3 of us left over.
2 of us will be up front, and then just in case she decides to look over there, you know, what's going on over there? Breath.
Well, whichever 3 of you wish to buy.
I'll buy one. And
Okay.
shit. So if I have 295 platinum, what would that be? 200 gold? She said. 300 gold.
Yes, 200 gold would be 20
20?
platinum.
Really? Fuck.
It's yeah, because 1 platinum is 10
Yeah,
gold.
one platinum is 10 gold.
Shit.
As long as my math is good,
That's correct.
which it always is. It's not.
275 now. Shit.
Um,
I don't think we gave Aiden that much money, so I'll pay for him.
We've pretty
I've-
much been throwing money at him since we've been teleping it since
Yeah,
he
but-
showed up.
Aiden looks like he's about to choke on the $200 prize and maybe argue with the old lady.
I also have 4 healing potions, 1 greater healing potion, and 2 superior potions ready to go if that is something you're interested in.
That one's up to you guys. I'm good on those.
I have
I have
2
2
normal
healing.
and 6 greater.
What?
What?
Yeah. Are those individually yours, or have you been ready
That's
to
what I've.
loot?
That's what I have in
They're-
my
they're
in my
individually
loot.
his.
I mean,
He bought them.
You should probably
Yeah.
dole those out, I suppose.
I thought
I
we
mean, I
kind of
have-
bought
I
our
think you
own
guys did.
pile.
We did.
We
buy
bought
them
our
for
own.
Yeah.
But
So-
I think he wanted to get a lot because he can quickly get to someone who needs it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
How much for one of those regular healing potions?
50 gold for regular schmegula. She doesn't say that.
I'll grab one regular.
Okay. She slides the small vial towards you. 50 gold, then a young lady.
I'll pass it over. She's real distracted today. She's not even trying to get a deal with it.
Is there anything else I can do for you, young folk, then?
My friend here wants to know if you'd like him to work on your glasses.
My seeing glasses. Is he a tinkerer? She kind of squints
I
towards you,
mean-
Fallor.
Not that I'm aware of. I've never seen him do it before. And Isabella just kind of looks at Fowler as well.
She seems unsure.
I wasn't
Well.
saying anything.
We do have a another nice dwarvish man who works the forge for the town. He's quite crafty. She seems unsure, but she takes the spectacles off and slides them towards you, Valor.
And then we proceed to rob her blind.
Oh no.
I mean, she literally would be blind at this point, is it?
I cover
Oh
them
no.
with my hands and I cast Mending.
Okay.
Oh right.
You guys all see the cracked lens. He covers his hands. He concentrates for a few moments, and when he reveals his hand, you see that the glass has been filled up. And it is now a solid lens once again.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I actually have seen him do that before. I just didn't think about it in the same.
You
Yeah, sorry.
slide them back.
I slide them back, bow, and take a step back.
She tries them on. Good as new. If
Now tell her that'll be 600 gold.
That sounds like a freaking.
it's very
Wasn't
kind
it
of you.
Charlotte?
It's not very often you get kind gestures like that without some form of trade. And I feel inclined to pay you. And she hands you another just regular healing potion.
I'll
One
take it
good-
and bow a little bit deeper.
One good turn deserves another. Good luck. The mother dragon is quite vicious from what I hear.
Oh, I believe it.
Anything else you guys wanted to do in town?
Not that I can think of.
Anyone I didn't want to talk to? That, I don't know, anyone you want to talk to?
Not while we're shopping. I think that once evening starts to fall,
I mean, it's pretty much evening.
yeah, Aiden would head towards the Order of the Red Fellowship Hall.
Also,
Okay.
where are we spending the night?
I think Isabella mentioned wanting to sell her staff.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You continue on down the row of shops, and you see a sign that just simply is called Magical Shop.
Oh, cool.
Couldn't find your generator in time.
So creative.
They're all,
Somebody
all
was really
very
thinking when they
matter of
made that shop.
You head in. My hip.
Oh, you have.
And you see sort of a middle-aged looking dwarf female. She's got auburn hair, kind of tied up in two large buns on either side of her head. She's got fairly pale skin. She's wearing some rather elegant robes. And she greets you and she says, it's getting a little late, but it's good to see a customer. It's been a slow day. What can I help you with?
I have this this staff that, while it's great, it's amazing, I have no use for. Is the one I have is better suited to my needs. So I'm looking to rehome it for a decent price.
Oh, I feel so sorry. You have 2 magical staffs.
Oh.
Let me have a
Oh.
look. Put it up here on the counter.
I'll present it. It's the spider staff that I got from Black Spider guy.
Mm.
Fellow has a sudden cough attack.
Fuck.
Okay.
I tried to close my tab, and I ended up closing just all of it somehow.
Game's over. Leaves on a cliffhanger.
The cliffhanger of whether the shopkeep is going to buy the staff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give me a second. It takes a minute to load. You see the dwarven woman. She kind of casts a spell. Some of you identify it as identify. She says this is a fairly interesting staff. Rather rare because this is in fact drow in make.
It sure is.
And we are a long way from the Onward, thankfully.
We sure are.
Not far enough.
Not far
Not
enough.
far enough. You don't know. It could be anywhere.
And were you looking to trade off or hoping to get a payout?
I mean, either or. Depends on what kind of items we have here.
Well, let's see. Sorry, I'm just waiting for everything to load back up again. I have 2 items of interest. She pulls out a small flat rectangular box. Nice design on the outside. She opens it up and inside it's lined with some sort of silk or velvet. I have this necklace here. It allows you to adapt to any environment and breathe the air.
That's not bad. Like, if you were in a poisonous area, you could breathe perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's called a Necklace of Adaptation. You have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors, such as the spell Cloud Kill, Stinking Cloud, and Inhaling Poison, and some breath weapons.
Ooh.
And if that doesn't interest you, I also have this. She opens another small box, and inside you see a small brooch in the shape of a shield. This brooch, when attuned, gives you a resistance to force damage and you also become immune to the spell Magic Missile. And if neither of those interest you, I'd be probably willing to buy that staff for about 500 gold.
Interesting options indeed.
I mean, 500 gold. This is a one-of-a-kind item. This came from a really high-ranking drow. You're never gonna find something like this.
She pulls out a long rectangular-shaped box and opens it. I've got something similar. She pulls out a long black wand embroidered with a spider, and she uses the wand and webbing forms in the corner of the store. I'm not unfamiliar with the drow. I have contacts.
Just throw my hands up. All right, never mind. I tried.
Now, I have
Interesting.
contacts to sell things. I don't know how many people are going to have the gold and ability to move that item for you.
I don't know. When we were in Waterdeep, people were clamoring to take this staff off my hands, and I wanted to hold on to it for a little longer. I could just go back to Waterdeep.
She seems pretty stubborn. You can try to make a persuasion check.
Here you go. Hey.
Lovely.
Waterdeep, huh? Few days ride south. I suppose you could. Or you can take my offer now. Or one of these items in exchange.
Do these items interest anybody else in our group?
Someone takes the necklace, fully half the group is going to be resistant to poison.
It does require attunement as well.
Both of them do?
Whoops, sorry.
believe
Yes,
so.
both of them do.
I was
Oh
reading.
no, the sentient evil sword is already making his move.
I want the necklace.
By the way,
Oh
there's
yeah,
a
the
speaker
sword.
match.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see what if it would help me. How much are those breath weapons? They hurt, probably, huh?
Yeah.
As Gail says, yes.
I think we've all been on the wrong end of a breath weapon at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can't attune to anything else. And I want to keep what I have. So the necklace wouldn't work for me, but if one of you wanted, I'd be willing to make that trade for it.
Takers, I guess.
What was the necklace again?
Lets you breathe in hazardous
Oh, right.
environments. Gives you resistance to stuff like poison gas.
Right.
Okie dokie. I'll just take the gold then. The items are interesting, but I'm set. I've already got good enough stuff.
I can, she says, I don't have a problem with gold. Would you prefer gold, platinum, or credit?
I'll take the platinum.
Oh no.
She,
My pouch is a little heavy.
she puts the 3 containers of magic items back. She goes to the back room momentarily, and then she returns a few moments later with a coin purse full of platinum. And she slides it over to you. 50 platinum.
Thanks for the business.
I come again. Thank you.
Not likely.
Not like
Not an easy mark.
Okay. So you said you were heading to the
Aiden would head to the Order of the Red Fellowship, and mention to the others, and I'm assuming that this is true, Brew, that it's likely they can find rest there for the evening, because there's probably like a dormitory in there.
Yeah, you feel confident that you could probably secure housing there for the night if you want, but there is also a inn by the south gate, as well as one just south of the south gate. The one inside the walls obviously being a little more expensive.
So Aiden would overview that to the group and let them know that the lodgings at the Fellowship are likely to be pretty bare, but that's where he will be for the evening, and if they choose to go to an inn, he will see them in the morning.
Free is good. Just spent like
More money than Aiden's seen in his life.
Well, he didn't get it by spending it.
It's true. So yeah, you guys can find, community barracks at the Red Order building.
Simple.
If you wish to have a little nicer stay, maybe access to a bath, you probably could stay at the one inside the walls. If you're looking for just a bed and a simple meal, you could stay outside the walls. I will say a night at the nicer one would probably cost you about 2 gold pieces.
Oh, break the bank.
Which is
That's
significantly more expensive than most of the inns you've stayed in.
I mean, it wouldn't cost me anything. Honestly, I could perform to get my...
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could.
But I'll hang out with you guys wherever you guys choose.
I was gonna say Isabella's not making a decision and is gonna go where the group decides to go.
Which goes where Isabella goes.
So you guys
it's
are
like,
all staying in the
and then
barracks.
I'm just going, and then Dale's just like, oh shit.
You find yourself.
Meanwhile, Fowler's just going.
He's already gone.
You could use your new coin purse of gold, platinum as a pillow, as the barracks likely doesn't have one for you. But entering this building, you see a number of mostly humans, but there are a few elf and half-elf folk as well. Draped head to toe in a long red cloak with some not too outlandish markings, but it does seem to be some sort of order of knights or something along those lines from first glance. One of the members recognizes you, Aiden, and looking around the group, she speaks and says, looking for access to the barracks then, Aiden, I assume?
Aiden nods, and if he knows her name, he would greet her by name and say that's correct.
get an elf name I can pronounce.
Yeah.
Sure. An older female high elf, Niladri is her name. Long silvery white hair tied into a single neat bun at the back of her head. She has her red robe hood down, and she has a single ornamental pauldron strapped to her shoulder. She says it's been a while. It's good to see you in good health. I'm sure you've been hearing that a lot since you've returned home. I will accompany you to the barracks, show you where you may all rest your head for the night.
Aiden,
Go ahead, sorry.
he nods and thanks Niladri and asks her about her recent travels.
I myself, she's kind of walking and talking. She says, I'm fresh off of a trip myself by boat. I went down south towards, I had some business in Baldur's Gate. Nothing too outlandish, just mostly looking for information. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful, but you know how these things go. And as she's walking and talking, you guys come into this common area and you see pretty simple, a few permanently built wooden bed structures with a few lats thrown across and a blanket. Just, it's a common room. Place to put your small shelf to put your personal belongings next to it. You and your friends are welcome to stay as long as you wish. We ask for those of you that are not members to be restricted into the barracks in the main hall, as only members have access to the rest of the building.
Members of what exactly?
Perhaps your friend would be best suited to fill you in on such things. It is getting late, and I have some business to attend to before I retire myself.
As Brew
enough.
throws me under the bus.
It's your backstory. You tell it. No, I'm just kidding. For the most part, it is like an order of paladins, which is why Aiden is a paladin.
Yeah, we just don't think we ever talked
Right.
about that.
So
ending.
Aiden would explain it pretty simply. Not like he's trying to hide anything, but also not like he considers it really special. He would explain it as this is the order that took him in when he was younger. It's an order of paladins. It's a military order that values the studies of strategy over strength. And so they many from the order end up being military advisors, captains of the guards, those ordering defenses, things along those lines. And then he would kind of give a little, not a snort, but kind of a snort and look after Niladri. She makes it sound like the rest of the barracks is something special. He shakes his head. It's not. A lot of books.
Coming through the city, you did see the odd guard underneath their chainmail and what have you. That some of them were wearing these red hoods underneath their garments. Some of them having a simple brooch or iconography on their chest plate, something just to signify that they were part of the Red Order. Yeah, so you guys are sort of no real reason to post watch in here. You feel pretty safe. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do or talk about before the next day?
Tonight, I don't know. It's pretty late. We'll have time in the morning to reconvene, I think.
Aiden, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
I was just gonna say that Aiden would make sure everyone else was settled in and everything, and then excuse himself, saying that he needed to go pay his respects to Lady Erin. And we don't have to RP that out, but that is someone that he would visit tonight just to let her know that he was back, report his findings, etc.
Okay.
Is this, can you remind me, my brain is all scattered today. If you said this already, is this like an one open room with a bunch of bunks, like that kind of barracks?
Yeah, it's a very much a military style barracks, very bare bones. Not much privacy.
Okie dokie.
There are a few other people within the barracks, but they seem to be members of the order. Okay.
Okay, then I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, you see Aiden excuse himself, and he returns maybe a few hours later. The night is uneventful. The town is pretty quiet at night, especially inside the walls. Some of you may have had your sleep disturbed. Had you noticed some unusual flashing lights coming from inside the university? Someone within the top floors must have been practicing some sort of magic, causing some light, but you hear no sound, just odd lights flashing. But other than that, your sleep is peaceful. And you come to in the morning, relatively rested, sleeping in these cots. And then the day is yours.
Well, seize the day.
All right.
Is there anything else we need to do before we go?
Aiden shakes his head. Convince Azo to lead us, but other than that, I don't think so.
Solve all of our life's problems before we die.
Always a good plan.
Well, that's not happening anytime soon, so I guess let's go.
That's while I watch the gate.
So you are heading back to the cells in the guard barracks?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You see Simon there again, seemingly waiting for you. I'm off duty today, so let's let you in and out quickly. I've run it by the higher ups, and they have no issue with you being responsible for this creature, especially if you're taking him outside of the city gates. He hands you a few feet of rope and some leather straps. I don't know if you need this or not. I don't know how unruly the prisoner will be once freed, but they're at your disposal should you need them.
Mm.
Aiden nods, taking it. I'm gonna need you to Do a bit of play acting, Simon.
Oh, we're trying to sell something? All right. I'll follow
Aiden
your lead.
grins. Fair enough.
He, sorry, go ahead.
Aiden was just gonna let him know that. Hold on. Time out. My cat's jumping up here. Okay, never mind. Aiden would just let him know that we need to convince Azo that his choice is us or death. Which, he shrugs, it is, so it shouldn't be much deception.
Okay. I'll follow your lead then. Do you want me to be bad guard in this situation?
Bad guy.
Aiden gives a little nod before heading towards the cell.
Okay.
Good guard, bad guard.
Quickly tap him on the back of the knee as he goes to give my blessing. That's another guidance for you.
Oh, you're giving guidance to Aiden?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay, guidance.
Simon heads down to the gate, to the cell, and he takes his. He's got a small billy club that he pulled off the wall, and he starts rattling it in the gate. And he starts yelling at him, all right, up, you little rat. You got guests. And he throws another loaf of moldy bread at the creature and unlocks the
Poor thing.
gate. And Izo is startled awake, seemingly resting, and he huddles and starts shaking in the corner at the somewhat ruckus display of the human guard. And upon seeing you, he relaxes a little bit.
Aiden, seeing Azo looking at him, looks over his shoulder and gives Simon a frown. Now, no need for that. He turns back to Azo, shaking his head slightly. And in Draconic, he says, sorry about that. He's not so happy about the outcome of this.
Izo is to be set free?
Question mark.
Aiden gives a half nod. Kind of. I couldn't convince them to free you all of a sudden. You were with Mother and she was going to attack. Mother hurt a lot of people and you hurt a lot of people with Mother.
Izo only do what he is told.
Aiden nods understandingly. I get it. I follow orders too. But he shakes his head and points his thumb behind him. He doesn't get it, and neither do the others. They wanted to kill Azo.
Make an intimidation roll.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
intimidating as shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you
Kill?
would be.
Conquest,
Frightened of you? Yeah.
Conquest Paladins, not even once.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't wish to be killed. I can tell this man wishes to be dead.
Jess.
I mean, he's frightened of you now, isn't he?
Not necessarily.
Or he sees me as a very
aura's
powerful
on.
figure.
Yeah, it's more. She was intimidating on behalf of his captors. Whatever Red Man wants, I will do as you ask.
Aiden taps his chest again and repeats his name. Aiden. Aiden wants to see Azo free. But, and then he kind of gestures around to the prison complex. Men want to see Azo die, but Aiden help Azo. Azo takes us to Mother, and then Azo is free. Azo doesn't even need to fight Mother. Azo can run away, be free, never worry about death.
Ever.
Okay.
You're immortal.
And then Aiden taps his chest again. Aiden, protect Azo.
Izo will listen to Aiden if Aiden can promise that he does not tell Mother. Mother will feed Izo to whelps.
Aiden will never tell Mother.
Is Aiden's red mother as vicious as Izo's?
Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
You knew this was coming.
He kind of points towards some of the red scaling on the side of your face.
Aiden nods slowly. And then, like, without necessarily committing to anything, he just says broadly, mothers are vicious.
True that.
True dat.
Okay.
No deception checks if you're not lying.
Mother's mother wasn't vicious, just disappointed.
He agrees, and he points to the large black metal sword on your back, and he says, "Where did Aiden get that?" Izo recognizes that.
Aiden is strong. Aiden's not scared of anyone.
If you defeated her, then Izo put his faith in the right warrior.
Aiden nods, confirming Izo's statement.
She was a tricksy dragon. I will follow you. And he kind of just like grabs onto
Your coattail.
yeah, your coattail essentially, and hides behind you.
Oh.
Puts you between him and Simon.
Aiden stands up a little straighter and moves his body such that he's shielding Izo from Simon as they leave the cell.
Simon, still holding the ropes and the leather straps, he says, "Do you want these then?"
He gave it to him. Gave him to
Oh,
his
did I?
brother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden has them but hasn't used them yet.
Gotcha. Okay. He just kind of shrugs and closes the gate as you exit.
Aiden does give him a quick wink before walking down the corridor with our new mascot in tow.
Yes.
God damn it.
He just says,
Izo.
What
"I
color
ever
is
see
he?
that?" He is basically he's like a dark green scale pattern with kind of a black tiger print almost going down his spine.
Sick.
He doesn't have much in the way of clothes. He's got a simple leather. He's got like a leather banana hammock, basically. Just kind of
a waistcloth.
Yeah, waistcloth. That's the one. Dragon
Banana
banana
hammock.
hammock.
Keep playing your freaking barbarian again.
I know. I miss him.
It's comfy and easy to wear.
Oh god.
Yeah, and no weapons. Obviously, he's been disarmed, and The only other thing in his possession is a small jar of now dead bees tied to the side of his belt. So yeah, he follows you out, and Simon kind of plays it up and says, "If we ever catch you in here again, we'll put you down on sight." But Izo does not react. He does not seem to understand common at all. So you lead him out. And you're now standing outside of the barracks.
Aiden looks to the others. Anything before we need to leave?
I think
Guarded the horses.
Do we want to take the horses into a swamp?
No, that's why I said to leave them.
Oh, I thought you said we should get them. Never mind.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think we're as ready as can be.
Aiden nods and then he looks to Izo, switching to Draconic. He says, "We are ready to go. Is Izo ready to go?"
Izo nods. I will guide you to the false dragon people's camp first. And then from there we will travel to Mother's lair.
Are the false dragon people at their camp?
Shouldn't be too many left if they are smart. Assuming you're heading that way, as you pass through the north gate, he points to the bodies that have now been piled up. Most of them there. That was Izo's brother. And that was Izo's sister.
Oh my gosh.
But
He's got like 50. Come on.
that's also
That was
his
his brother.
brother and
That's-
other sister. That one could have been Izo's mom, but not sure. Gets a little mixed up sometimes.
Oh.
Izo lost a lot of family.
Aiden said, warriors die in war. We served a queen just like humans.
Aiden nods, but then he motions between Izo and himself. But warriors also live.
Izo feels he made the right choice, but still does not want to see Mother again.
Aiden nods. Izo does not have to see Mother again. Izo just has to take us there.
Izo walks over to the pile of corpses and he picks up one of the makeshift spears that one of the other kobolds had, and he says, "Okay, will be a long trek through the swamp, so hopefully," he points to Falor and says, "Hopefully the stout one can keep up." But no one else can understand that, so...
And Aiden doesn't translate. But he does reply to Izo and say, he can keep up.
Okay.
So for the most part, Aiden's been translating back and forth, so that everyone in the group knows what Izo has been saying. And then he's gonna mention that unless someone sees a need for it, maybe we hold off on the leather bonds for right now.
Your responsibility.
Isabella would nod.
No pressure.
Yeah, right? No double thinking.
For the most part, he follows the road as long as he can, but then eventually having to maintain, as I said, the main path kind of travels more along the coastline rather than closer to the mountains as the swamp gets a little thick. So as he breaks off, leading the way, with the guide, I'll get one of you to roll a survival check with advantage.
Oh,
Got
with
it.
advantage.
All right.
Nice.
Between Falor and the Kobold guide, you're able to maintain your footing and stay relatively dry given the wet conditions of the swamp.
Show him keeping up.
Yeah, clearly you're keeping up. Yeah, he didn't know about your boots. About a good, I'd say, 4, almost 5 hours trudging through the swamp. The farther north you get, the kind of the harder the trek gets, and the flies get a little thicker. But you come to the outskirts of what seems to be a small clearing, and you can see a few makeshift structures built within the depths of the swamp.
What kind of structure?
Like small huts
Hmm.
used for like makeshift, like a ramshackle kind of camp.
And that's
False
where the
dragon
cultists
camp.
were set up?
Yeah. And just as you're starting to approach, it's almost as if the swamp is working against you. And even though the camp is only about 100 to 200 feet away, it's as if traversing takes twice as long at this point. And the smell of rotting vegetation and mud grows ever present.
Aiden asks Izo, is it always like this?
This is the way Mother likes it. The swamp is thick. I would not suggest drinking the water.
Aiden nods and tells the others, don't drink the water.
I'm sorry. Does it look like there's anybody in this kind of what's left of a structure?
Go ahead and roll a perception check as you slowly approach.
Woohoo!
Gale kind of looks ahead. He sees a few. You see a few corpses and structures scattered about with. You've seen this damage of acid spray before. It seems as though the camp was destroyed by what you would assume is a dragon.
These were for sure cultists.
Yeah, you looking around, you see a few human corpses scattered about. You see a few kobolds here as well that have perished. Mostly bone and starting to decay quite profusely. and some of the structures are just destroyed.
Did I move ahead, or am I kind of with the group still?
I'm saying you're still with the group. You just looked around.
I think we
which is
should
what you saw.
kind of maybe just poke through there just to see if maybe they have kind of paperwork. I mean, we kind of stored big with what we found. We don't know. Maybe this might give us a clue as to what they're trying. If it's still there, I mean.
Feller nods and moves forward to check.
So.
To help search.
Investigation?
With our amazing intellect team.
As you kind of make your way into the camp proper, you notice the more towards the northeast, there's a lingering fog that has now also settled in, obscuring sight a good bit. If you want to survey, yes, if anyone who wants to look around the camp can go ahead and do an investigation check if you want.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. I'm rocking it, guys. I'm really focused on Ezo and making sure he's not going anywhere, because otherwise Valor will kill me.
Okay.
Looking
Would this
about.
Who should be good at finding shinies?
Would this be like good for the eyes being seen? Like it's like within a foot. That I don't know if it really useful here though.
Don't understand.
It gives me advantage if I use special goggles, but it's like within a foot range.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
That's right.
Would this really apply here?
I see what you mean, but the camp is fairly destroyed. Even Whoosh looking around for shinies. Anything of value seems to be stripped from the corpses. Then yeah, they're all within a pretty good state of decay already because of the nature of the swamp. It seems like a very temporary camp, and you even see a few destroyed carts, and you see horse hooves, but you don't see any horses.
Nom nom nom.
Horse, not hooves. Prints. Just the hooves.
Well, I mean,
They're just littered around.
Probably. Yes.
Someone left their
Still not
horseshoe
wrong.
littered about. I wonder who could have dropped these.
I guess roll for glue crafting.
Oh.
That's what glue was made of one time.
I know.
all right. Well, where are we going from here?
Izo says, not far now. You head straight in that direction. Follow the prince. It will take you to Mother's lair.
Anything else here we gotta worry about?
Hearing Gale, Aiden translates the question. Is there anything we should know about Mother? And then he would reiterate, like, we keep Izo safe.
Just that she's angry and will protect her whelps with her life. Avoid the water if you can.
Aiden translates that.
Water. That's
Feller smiles
Great.
faintly at that.
Yep. That's what we wanted to know.
Izo kind of like walks a few feet away from you in what remains of a little hut, and he says, Izo will wait here.
No.
See how things go.
Aiden nods, and then says, stay safe, Izo.
Okay.
You know he's gonna try running.
You guys know you're heading into a dragon's lair. So we have about 50 minutes left. of our game.
It's cool. It will take the bell will take 3 minutes and 41 seconds.
Channel Tnox.
I have it on video
Link to
actually.
youtube.com.
Oh, of our past dragon, of the other dragon fight. Oh wait, what is it?
I didn't see a white animation.
Oh,
Mm.
that's so funny.
Oh,
That's a 50 DKP.
Oof.
minus.
Even
Oh,
groups
that's
go
an old-
right.
This is recent even.
Many well
that's a
spent
re-upload.
already.
Holy crap! It's still good.
It is so good.
What classic.
Very, very slowly. So, this should go well, guys.
I'm gonna watch that thing later.
Yeah, me too. I'm not closing it because it's so good.
So how do you guys want to proceed? See how it goes. We can always
slowly.
pause, and it's not guaranteed combat. There's always a way of
We can always pause if combat starts and
Like
decide.
when we get to it.
How do you guys want to proceed?
Slowly.
We're
Are
definitely
we donning
trying.
our cultist robes?
I think that's
I-
still a fun idea.
I thought we already had.
Fair enough. We're doing it. We're in cultist robes.
Okay.
Is Whoosh
Are
putting on her
you-
mask at this point, or?
But you'd have to do that during a rest if you want to attune to it.
I think she
I
can
think
attune to it without actually wearing it, so she already would have been doing that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just
Right.
keeps it head up, face up, so she doesn't stare people.
If you, in order to get you can be attuned to it, but in order to get the effects, you will have to don the mask.
Okay.
Like, I won't make you like take an hour to do it, but you will probably, if you're putting it in your bag, you'll have to take an action to don the mask.
Right. Does she have? Is she waiting until an actual fight before donning it, or?
You should probably
the
put it
plan?
on right now. since
Okay.
we're in the
That's
dangerous
what she'll be
environment.
doing.
So, while Whoosh is putting on the mask,
The rest of you
Aiden.
are probably dressed in. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was just gonna say that Aiden would look at the others and say, "We need to come up with a plan." Because, guys, this group has plans.
Are you thinking of another group when you say that?
I can't
So assuming the rest of you all have dragon cloak or cultist cloaks on, and the rest of you just have generic peon masks essentially.
Mhm.
I'll put my gloves on.
Okay.
Still don't know what
don't
kind
know
of
if I wanna
rank they
use a-
signify, but
I'll just use regular clothes instead of using disguise self. I don't want to waste the spell slot.
Yeah, better off. And while we're here, I'm gonna ritually cast Water Walk on everyone.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How
Ooh.
long is it? 10
1
minutes?
hour.
We can take an hour to cast ritual.
No,
Oh,
it
no,
lasts
sorry.
an hour.
Yes, the casting time is 10 minutes.
Oh, I see. Okay, I gotcha. Water walking. Okay.
can I use my disguise kit just to like go around the group and make sure everything's like tucked in a way that looks appropriate and just kind of
I have one too. We can help each other.
Hey.
Okay. Between the two, let Isabella roll with advantage then, as Gale helps.
What stat would that use?
I'd say int or
What's
charisma.
it, a little
I'll say you
You
can
can make an
add
argument for charisma.
It's up to you.
So roll a 20. Add your proficient with the kit. So add your proficiency and your choice between charisma or intelligence. I know which one you're probably going to choose.
intelligence, obviously.
We're a super smart group.
This is the party that makes plans,
With
and
advantage.
also the party that has no intelligent people.
Let's
As
go and
opposed to the
slay
other
a
one, which
dragon to
has two
save
independent
everybody.
Characters, which are also the worst characters to make plans for.
You guys all look like you have like legitimate materials. You have like you definitely look like the dragon cultists you guys have fought before. Just varying heights and sizes, just like the cult was. You remind Gale to keep his tail tucked in, and as do you.
Sorry, say again.
I said, you guys remember to tuck your tails in so you're not exposed as cat slash demon.
Or bird.
Cat/demon.
Yeah, I'm assuming yours is a little more easier to hide under a cloak. It's not a long, a long spindly tail. But you feel fairly confident that you look like the cultists. And are you guys stealthing as well?
Much as we can, I imagine.
All right, I'll get you guys
Are
all
we?
to... Sorry?
Yeah, as we're stealthing, Aiden says, so number one priority, prisoners.
Yeah, so see what we see. If we can spot them, maybe find a way to make our way over there. And
Aiden nods.
if we can get them to safety, at least they won't be in firing range. But I have a feeling that she would hunt us down the moment she finds out that they're gone, and we've already dealt with that. It's not in our favor. As much as I don't want to have to fight it, I think it's best if we don't. Or try.
Aiden nods. We know a potential weakness is that she's going to care about her whelps more than herself.
If all possible, we should prevent her from flying around.
Aiden nods.
Ugh.
I'll get you guys to roll. I'll roll a stealth check then.
Yes.
No, oh my god.
I pop my hood. Get a 28 on myself.
Yeah.
We are rocking it.
Oh,
Oh man!
For once!
I do surprisingly well on all my spell check and my stealth checks.
In this game.
everyone
this
else fucking fails except
It's the
for
boots.
the two of us.
Oh,
It's the boots.
There you
freak.
go.
It's just,
Alvin boots, Alvin cloak.
it's very tough walking through the muck here. You guys approach, you see the swamp gets a little, like there's quite a bit of thick swamp between the camp and this other clearing that's about, I'd say you walk for a good 20, 30 minutes before you see some rock face to the north. A small natural cove kind of tucked into the corner. You see several streams crisscrossing ahead of you, and approaching from the south, there's a bit of a clearing, and if you were to approach from the east, you'd have to cross a fallen tree.
As we get closer, I'm going to cast Locate Creature, looking for adult dragons.
Okay, what's the range on that?
1,000 feet.
Oh yeah. As you approach this clearing, you get a very definitive signal coming from within the.
Can I cancel that?
You want to cancel that? Okay.
Sorry, it was early, but I forgot I only have one spell at that level, and I wanted to save it for something else.
Okay. All right.
My bad.
That's okay. You know there's a dragon in the dragon lair, so.
A little bit late, sorry.
That's okay.
It's just like a little mound with a cave in it.
Yeah. So. Follower and Gale, you guys, are you trying to see anything as you approach? Anyone who wants to roll a perception check as well?
Do we not?
It will be with disadvantage though because of the fog.
Yay.
Great. It's a fairly decent sized clearing. Let's just.
Oh, I'm casting Mage Armor.
Okay. Just trying to see what you guys see.
Black.
How long do these potions last?
Which potions?
Acid
The resistance.
1 hour, I think.
Maybe don't take him. Maybe keep him handy.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here.
Why does it not say?
Well, the spell is 1 hour, so.
Okay. Okay, so those of you who are using them, I assume you would quaff them before you enter.
Yeah, we'll probably.
Okay.
Resistance to acid damage for 1 hour.
So you guys can sort of see this little L shape.
Yeah.
So I'll
I'm
leave it
going
up
to
to
cast.
This thing's
Sorry.
doing the weird thing where if I zoom too far zoomed out, can't
cuts
see
a
half
piece
the
off.
map.
Yeah.
I noticed that on my own map.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Okay.
I'll let you guys position yourself around here.
Give
If you
myself
want
some
to,
temporary hit points.
if you want to come in from the north, from the south or from the east, it's up to you. And as you guys enter into this clearing, you don't see it, but you hear a large booming voice echo throughout the clearing, coming from deep within the mist. The voice says, "So you've returned. Your queen still talks to you, does she?" What we're going to do is we're going to go into initiative, but we're not in a combat initiative. We're going to go into sort of a social initiative.
Aye.
So let me just put up the turn order. You guys go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Did it sound like that voice was directed at us, or like we were overhearing another conversation?
Sure.
Wowza.
It was directed towards you guys.
So, in other words, it was directed at Aiden.
We're all
it was
wearing.
I was just gonna ask, was
in your
it
direction.
speaking
Oh, right.
Draconic or Common?
I forgot about the disguises.
Already? Wow.
No, it is it
been a
is
day.
speaking in common.
Man, these dragon cultists ain't shit. Can't even speak Draconic.
They're fakes. A bunch of fakes.
Oh, they did call them fake dragons.
Yeah, she said the so-called queen has sent you back once again. I didn't expect to see you return. So, Gail, do you want to reply to that? If you don't want to reply, you could just pass.
Or do something else. Maybe.
Or do something else, yeah, that's true.
Well, I feel fairly stealthy.
Yeah, you feel confident you're not seen, but you also can't see
anything.
where the voice is coming
Is
from
this
just yet.
Is this like leaves and bushes?
Yes.
And then it's a 5-foot jump into the
I'll
the
reveal
mist.
a little bit more.
Okay. Is it like that's bushes, but it's for the most part the rest of this grass, just like
Yeah, it's
flat?
very much a clearing. There's a
Ugh.
lot of
So I'm more or less hiding behind a log.
Is that
Yeah.
nice mushy swampland?
it is like
Yeah.
muskeg, kind of swampy.
And
It feels
peaty?
feels a little firm here, but there's a lot of moisture around.
Right?
How big is that log?
The
Right
log in front of
me.
you,
Yeah,
big
Like
enough
how-
that big enough you can walk across it safely.
but it's like a more or less that size of a log.
Yeah, it's a fallen tree that's rotted away.
So about 3 feet wide.
Yeah, it's a fair sized tree. There's most of the smaller trees have either rotted away or just not found. So it's a decent sized tree.
Because we have water walking, I'm going to more or less hide on the river, like crouch,
Okay.
but behind that log.
Okay.
And kind of crawl up as far as I can to like kind of just get an eye. I
All right.
don't feel comfortable talking.
Yeah.
Make another. So using your turn to try to focus in on the voice. I'll say because the voice spoke, I'll let you roll perception with. Not with advantage, but just without disadvantage.
Without disadvantage.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It's just the fog is very confined into this cove. You see shadows moving about, but you don't see anything definitive.
Get any closer without revealing my positions.
Okay.
That's me.
Whoosh.
Wish this is just gonna stand there. She doesn't really have any means to actually communicate, but she's just standing there, just kind of listening and watching. She also doesn't trust herself with speaking right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're just gonna hold firm then?
Yeah.
Do you want to do any kind of like? Do you want to like try to see something? Do you want to take patient defense? Anything like that? It's not combat, but it's still, it's okay to do nothing as well.
I'm gonna save my key actually, because that uses keys. So yeah.
Just take the action to dodge.
Okay.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. Be ready.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Isabella?
I'm going to move forward and also distance myself a little bit from the group.
Okay.
And I want to say, I know we only have so long in our turn, so like cut me off when you think I'm done, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We know you think your children's deaths lay on our hands, but we were betrayed by our so-called allies, the Red Wizards of Thay.
Mm-hmm.
You have beings that are important to our joint cause.
Okay. Make just a straight persuasion. Actually, deception.
Deception.
I was gonna say.
We're lying at her ass.
No.
With a 7.
I'm gonna use the inspiration that I got last game. Probably won't do much, but
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't last. Oh no, you get an actual inspiration.
It's a DM so I think it's equivalent level, so it'd be a D8.
Go.
So 14.
14. Okay. The mother dragon speaks again. All you cultists do is spout rhetoric and scurry about, claiming to be working for the Queen of Dragons. But the only thing my family has gotten in return is the loss of my children. Tell me, why should I not just kill you all here? Falor.
That's a good question, thinks Falor, who scuttles over in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And once on his side also tries to determine where the dragon is lurking.
Okay. Go ahead and make a straight perception check then. Pretty good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fowler sees this. Most of you don't, but for a brief second, you see the fog clear, and
Oh, she did.
it's hard to see, but half submerged in a pool of water, you see a full-grown adult black dragon resting her hands on her front claws, obscured heavily by the fog, and as I said, half submerged within the pool of putrid swamp water. She doesn't appear to be looking directly at you, but you feel as though she knows right where you are. Okay.
Can I try to
Go ahead, sorry.
Can I try to draw Gale's attention and point him towards her?
You kind of gesture in the direction of the dragon, and the rest of the group sort of has an idea of what you're talking about.
Ooh.
Most of them can see the pool, but they can't see the dragon. Anything else you want to do in your turn?
Get the crocodile camouflage going on. No,
Yeah.
that's all for me.
Aiden.
Right.
Right.
So tell me how this social interaction works. Do I get to take movement and speak?
It's a little more free flowy. I'm letting you guys take your movement, take an action, say your piece. You're not necessarily restricted to the 6 seconds, but any
Okay.
kind of aggressive action will obviously incite combat.
Right.
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 So, right. So, upon seeing Valor gesture towards the pool, Aiden walks forward, separating himself from the group and towards the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. He kind of glances at Isabella and then looks towards the dragon, and this time, speaking in Draconic, he answers the dragon's question. You should not kill us all because we came back. And then he goes on to say, your loss was felt by the queen as well. And recognizing that we came back, we can't make the loss better, but we can exact vengeance.
Okay. doesn't. Is that a deception or a persuasion?
We're still lying, so yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say deception as well. Make a deception check. The dragon replies, "You say you still have my interests in mind, yet you come here wearing my child's sword and her mask. So you have in fact profited off of the death of my children." So that's 2 failures. Anything else you want to do, Gale?
I kind of. I don't know if I really would have been able to see Fowler gesture.
Possibly not. You can make another perception check if that's what you want.
What I was actually thinking of doing was, as Aiden stepped forward, I kind of get the impression that Aiden stepped forward. I'd like to send a message to Aiden and go, "You see him? Where is it? Do you see her? Where is she?"
Okay.
From my lord.
You can
And
reply.
it's in your head. That's sent to your brain.
Okay.
I don't know how Brew, how you
is
handle
Aiden able to see her now that he stepped forward?
Between stepping forward and kind of seeing Fowler gesturing, you're just seeing the outline of a
really freaking big dragon.
Yeah, similar to the look of the mask on Whoosh. It's a very large horned black dragon.
So Aiden replies in very clipped speech, giving the coordinates: 35 feet at my 12.
Your lips move, but no sound comes out. And Gil receives the message.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything right now because that was my action. But I know where to aim something should shit go down.
Shit's going down, dude.
Well, I have to wait till my turn to come back around, so I'm gonna keep hiding here.
Keep hiding?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you keep the stealth check because you haven't actually moved. Any other movements you want to make, Whoosh?
Not really too sure where to position myself, so I'm just gonna maybe take a step backwards. Well, yeah, for now I'll take a step backwards and just kind of ready, perhaps a dodge or something. I don't know.
Okay, upon hearing her words though, you do.
And at the point, she does understand Draconic wearing that mask as well.
That's a good point. Yep. All right. After hearing what the dragon said and seeing where Fowler was pointing, through the foggy terrain, you can see the 2 black dragon eyes peering directly straight down south in yours and Aiden's direction after mentioning the mask and the sword. Isabella.
Right. We don't by chance see any prisoners or anything, hey?
You can make a perception check if you want. It's
I don't feel like that's the best use of my rolls. I'll leave that to the others.
okay.
But I don't know how to justify the fact that we have the items.
Remember what Fowler's told him about? Told her about his religion.
Sorry, say again.
But remember what Fowler's told you about his religion.
Not very much.
Oh well.
I forget what you're actually referring to too, actually.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The whole thing about like making better things out of the things they get underground.
Are you being vague?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're trying not to metagame. I got you.
I made a game a lot, but I don't want to go too much.
Mhm.
I feel like this is way too obvious of a lie, but I think I'm going to somehow intimate that we recovered these items from the Wizards of Thay, and that we're bringing them back as a sign of our alliance.
Okay.
I mean, you say that's obvious, but that's like, as soon as she said that, I was like, that's the only thing I got. That's the
Yeah,
only thing
like,
I
that's
could
all we
think
can
of.
do.
Make another
No.
deception check then.
We didn't loot your children. We're bringing back their belongings
Cool,
to
pick it
you.
up.
Oh,
What's with these rolls today?
Oh my gosh, where this
God,
isn't good.
Alright, here we go.
Dun dun.
Okay.
Odd
And,
numbers
going down.
left, even numbers right.
it doesn't matter. We're all in deep breath range.
I
She's
know.
doing a swipe. Fucking.
She says, "I know nothing of these wizards you speak of, nor do I care. You're brazen and bold to return, and you will now become food for my children."
Cool.
And with that, you now all clearly see as she stands upright,
Cool.
a large
Cool.
Here we go.
dragon creature. I'm just gonna reveal some more of the map here. As she stands up and she flaps her powerful wings momentarily, clearing some of the remaining of the fog. I'm gonna just
Shit.
remove the fog on the map.
I mean, you know how lines work, right? There's always going to be two people a line.
For what? Sorry?
Two people are always going to be aligned.
As long
No,
as
it's not that.
all of us, then it's okay.
It's not that.
Yeah.
Somebody has something we're not in.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Hey guys, you're supposed to stand next to me.
Shit.
Here we go.
Get to level 8 already. Your aura is too small.
Yeah, right?
Wait, no, the bigger aura is like level 17. Never mind.
Level 18, actually.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Actually, she will use her turn and release a blood-curdling roar as she uses Frightening Presence.
That's what I was waiting for.
I need you all to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Shit.
Fucking hell.
It's a great start.
Yep.
Yeah, we're doing well, guys.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Everybody but Fowler. You are frightened of this gigantic mother dragon. You may repeat your saving throw at the end of your turn. I'm just going to change the music for myself.
Right, so you have disadvantage on attack rolls against her, and you can't move closer to her.
Okay.
Correct. Valor. Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Do you guys want to do the combat, or do you want
No,
to...
let's leave that for next time, I think.
Okay. Let me just...
I want to go to bed. For those who don't know, I've been up since 12 o'clock yesterday afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
Any whelps?
Oh,
handle
man.
it.
And yet, I'm still not too bad.
Dude, I just had
You
a
don't think you're too
regular
bad.
day working summer camp and I'm exhausted.
Well, the summer camps are rough.
Yeah.
All right,
I-
we'll pause there.
I know what I'm doing next.
This is gonna be rough, guys.
Yep.
And just so I remind myself what I'm doing next turn.
There was a chance you guys could have talked your way out of it. I didn't set the DC too high.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately, we roll like shit.
yeah,
Yep.
our rolls were pretty shitty tonight as far as deception's concerned. We tried
If-
though.
We tried our
We did
bestest.
try.
We should have put the mask on either me or Aiden. If we were gonna end up wearing it anyways, we should have put it on someone where we could have gotten advantage on the charisma checks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Don't
What's
know
done
that
is
would make that
done.
much of a difference, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pick up again.
Many whelps, handle it.
We'll have to see if it'll be next week or the week after.
We should just kill all the babies.
Well, yeah,
heard
she'll
the
run to
bats.
save him. We can distract her with that.
It is in fact one green and one black whelp.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Sorry, what?
It is one green and one black whelp.
So she's got a mate.
Yeah, you get the feeling now the green dragon you destroyed was probably...
No, they said that was a young
That was
one.
a young
and said Their
dragon.
mother was in the Mirror of Dead Men, which is why we thought the green dragon was going to be here, not the black one.
That just means that when we kill this one, we're gonna piss off the green one too.
Yeah.
Even
right,
more.
was a child.
It's the never-ending
Even
circle
more.
of violence.
Well, I mean, getting us closer to our goal.
All right. And yeah,
All we
there's
have to
some
do is
cages
get
here,
real
but-
good at killing dragons.
Oh, I'm excited for this combat.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
gonna be really
I'm just-
rough. I'm really nervous.
Prepping this so I have something to remember in case I don't remember.
Okay.
It's gonna be fairy fire.
Is Fairy Fire at 20 foot by 20 foot?
20 feet. Yeah.
25.
It's all good.
You keep
All
counting
right.
distance traveled
keep
as if
doing
it
it.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
pick up again. Either, like I said, I'll let you guys know in Discord if it's going to be next week or week after, or a different night or something, depending on how our week's looking.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Haha.
Hopefully
You
we're
guys,
good.
you guys are fine. There's 5 of you. There's only one dragon.
Oh yeah, sure. But 4 of us are feared.
I can actually break my fear effect on my turn with an action.
Oh yeah, because you
Let's-
have key points.
Yeah, it's something I should have realized when we were trying to evade that white dragon, but whatever. What's
Empty
done is
mind or
done.
something.
Okay. I'm gonna turn that
You know what,
music
fellas
off.
in the back, like, I don't know what the problem is.
No. You know what I should have done? Use locate green dragon on my dragon armor.
Ah,
Oh wait,
Mm.
there isn't a green dragon here.
it
This
doesn't
green
work.
dragon, well,
Yep.
There's one little baby.
That's true, there is.
That's really
Babu.
weird.
So we
I
did
was
kill two
hoping-
kids.
I was hoping it had some kind of thing against fears. Like, no.
3
Mm.
actually, hang on.
Well, we don't know what those are up there.
4? Have we killed 4 of her children?
you killed
A dragonborn.
a green
You don't
dragon.
know how they.
We killed
a
a
young green dragon, a young black dragon, and
Yeah.
2 half dragons.
Yep.
How does? Yeah, we don't know.
We better not tell her.
Well, I mean, the 2 half dragons were wearing their stuff. That was the oops.
Yeah, but she thinks we looted them. It's fine.
Oh yeah, she doesn't realize that we're the ones that did it.
Oh,
I'm going to bed.
Good night, Sumner.
see ya, Sumner. Get,
Night,
get
Sumner.
some
Yeah.
sleep.
Get some sleep.
Good night, Sumner.
I worked again in 6 hours.
I'm gonna
Six and a
keep
half.
the turn
7
order
o'clock.
up. Yeah, so depending on how the combat goes, you guys will level after the dragon or be dead.
Oh, I'm hoping we survive.